Hey everybody, so great to see you. This is your monthly Great Awakening update. I also post these on my other channel on RUMBLE, and I have that link beneath the video. Yeah, I try to put all my links underneath the video. If you ever can't find something, just look underneath the video in the description, and hopefully it'll be there wherever you can find it. Okay, so good news. I ordered my own decks and just got them in a little bit ago. So you've got the Spirit Talk decks, and they look like they're long and flat, but when you open them up, they're side by side. So isn't that cool? So we got Spirit Talk decks, a Spirit Talk deck there. I'll put it like this so I can reach it if I need it. From Your Beloved Ghoster Oracle. Okay, that's for those of you who are in a true love relationship and you guys are in separation. This will let you know what's going on in their head. The Spirit Talk is just like what your spirit guides would tell you, what advice they would give you. So some people like to pick an oracle card every day and just see what the spirit has to say to them every day, or God. You could use it as God's voice. Body Talk. This is what your body would say to you if it could, to help you in whatever healing you're trying to accomplish. Then we have the Pet Talk deck. This is what your pet would say to you if it could, if you're not understanding what your pet's needs are, or you're wondering whether to take it to the vet or not, anything like that. That's what that's for. World Truth. Most of you know what this deck is. World Truth deck is about truths going on in our world and really getting to the bottom of it. Is it true? Is it not true? Just kind of trying to figure it out on your own, whether it's a threat or not, or whatever. Okay. Divine Masculine Daydreams, DM Daydreams. This is that deck. And we'll definitely be looking at these today because we're going to do a masculine spread as well. So I'm going to keep these open as well. Okay. So yeah, so I put these cards in order that I want to go in, and we'll figure it out from there. All right. First, we're going to start with a Mary Magdalene card. Set the tone with Mary Magdalene. So then should I start with Mary Magdalene or the other one? Okay, so that one, interesting. All right. I'm just going to go with what I'm drawn to because I thought we were going to try go with the Gateway of Light activation, but not yet. So Mary must have an important message to kind of set the tone today. Okay, Mary, what do you have to say to us today for the collective? Whoa. Wow. So, wow. The theme for the month of May is liberation. She's got a star on her third eye. Okay, so interesting. Star is a bright future. It's healing. So maybe she's intuiting a bright future through the pain that's happened. She's like held her hope on everything healing. She has like gold coming from her eyes, like she's crying gold. So whatever tears she shed are going to be turning into gold. Whoa, it went right to it. That was almost spooky. A person who recently hurt you or disappointed you in some way is simply a mirror for the hurt and disappointment you already held inside you. All the events of your life, regardless of whether you labeled them good or bad, are simply acts of love. The hurt or disappointment you now feel is an opportunity for you to examine what it is that you don't love about yourself. It's safe for you to open your heart. Love yourself as you are and stop placing unreasonable expectations on yourself. Through self-acceptance comes a newfound sense of freedom, which transforms the way you see life and the world around you. Okay, so you might get hurt or disappointed at some point in May, but she's wanting you to know to love yourself through it. that it doesn't have to mean anything. And I also feel like that's she's talking about the past and us going into that bright future. Like always keep the end result in mind, no matter what kind of mistakes happen and no matter how you stumble and fall and get yourself back up again. It's all about getting back up on the horse and trying again. And even just being real and authentic enough to admit that you made a mistake, to admit that yeah, to get past your pride and your ego in order to just be authentic. So be yourself and love yourself um, first and foremost. Now I feel guided to the gateway of activation, light activation. Okay, but I do really feel an energy of liberation, also liberation from the pain of the past. So could be both, or depending, on if you're in the feminine energy or the masculine energy, which of those as well. So I feel like there needs to be a lot of grace in May. Okay, yeah, just smile and laugh it off. If something happens, just have a good laugh at yourself or the other person and just, have a sense of humor about it and don't get in your head about it and don't give up or anything like that. Okay, I'm at Shishinkai phase. Okay. Soul star activation. I said that star was on her third eye. And here's a Merkaba. So soul star activation, fulfilling soul contracts, remembering who you are. Okay, so I just got soul refinement or refinement. Refinement of our path, refinement of everything. It feels like things are going to be made more tangible than ever. So we're going to have to, it's like, well, this is what it really looks like. This is how it really is in reality. Taking things from daydreams to reality, grounding it in the real, from fantasy to actual real. And that can be disappointing sometimes too, because you might have an ideal in your head of how things are going to be, and they might be different than that. They might be different, but that's why we have to keep a wide open mind about our expectations. Yeah, something about always following our most authentic path, like always reassessing, is this true for me? Is this real for me? Does this feel really good for me? Is this what I really want to do? Is this the direction I really want to go? And just taking a good sober, they're saying some of it's not disappointing, but sober. Like, let's take a good sober look. Because when you're looking through rose-colored glasses and you're drunk and like when you go on a date and you've had some drinks and you're having a great time and you really play it up like it was the most wonderful night you've ever had in your life. The next day you wake up and you're like, oh, okay. What did I do? And who was I with? And why did I do that? Like, why? Oh, it feels like that kind of that kind of energy. So they want you to go into whatever the situation is that's coming for you. Don't just try. It's hard not to have any expectations, but really just even put energy out of things going well, things going really well. So this sounds like true love, but I feel like it's also about just expect everything to go well. Just thank you, God, so much that everything works out to my benefit and advantage somehow. And as it comes up and as any kind of bumps come up or you're like, whoa, I wasn't expecting that. They just said, expect the unexpected. But when it happens, they said you might be surprised, but then do the thank you, God, for my misery with it. Do that exercise. Look it up here on YouTube. Amy Satori and the word misery, and it should come right up. And then feels like it's a hidden blessing, a blessing in disguise. Okay, so now I gotta find that card. Soul star activation. There we go. The soul star chakra. Oh yeah, fulfilling soul contracts, remembering who you are. Soul star chakra is the energy center that's found 6 to 12 inches above the crown and connects us directly with soul wisdom. It's our gateway to the etheric realms, which hold all the lessons of all the incarnations that we have experienced. Through our soul star, we access information and wisdom like a computer connecting to the internet through broadband. Instead of having to move through the dimensions to access the information, we can remain connected at all times and download support as necessary. The Egyptian god Horus appears on this card as our spiritual guide. His hawk-headed image is said to illustrate the connection to the sun, the moon, and the stars. As a keeper of energetic portals to hidden realms, he can help us remember our starry origins, open psychic vision, and connect directly with the wisdom that is held in the stars. So there's wisdom held in the stars that will liberate you through your third eye. So some kind of psychic activation, or you're becoming more psychic. Your gifts are opening up, they said. The gifts are opening up that are going to even help you to level up spiritually in many ways that will turn your tears to gold. Okay. So imagine yourself in a wide open space under a night sky filled with stars. Say, Horus, Cosmic Sky Guardian, thank you for activating my soul star chakra so that I can remember on a soul level and not go through unnecessary pain is what I just heard. Through your previous journeys, you have learned much about the inner workings of your soul and about the cycles of karma. Before this incarnation, you set a powerful intention to remember your divine origins. At this point, you're in a powerful space, for you are remembering who you truly are, and you know that you have it within you to make a great difference in your own life, as well as the life of those you love and the course of the world. This remembering is in alignment with the soul contracts you made before coming to this realm. If you find yourself worrying if you're making the right decisions, know that even if you aren't conscious of it, all that you have chosen so far is in accordance with your soul's evolutionary plan. And when you draw this gateway, you're opening up on higher levels. Okay, so we're leveling up. And I also feel like whatever this mistake is that you might make this month, I don't know, like you might say something stupid, do something stupid, but it's not really stupid. They're saying that it's all in perfect alignment. It's all as it's supposed to be. So cut yourself and whoever else is involved slack and just keep listening to your intuition and keep holding hands with God within. As I say it, like that's the presence within you. Remembering who you truly are is that presence, not the personality. And you're going to be fulfilling a contract. So fulfilling a contract a lot of the times means that, well, it's over. Something might be over in your life and something new may be beginning. Maybe both of you. Maybe someone is dropping a career and the other person's dropping a relationship, or, maybe your friend is dropping, a dream that she had that she's realizing it's not really going to work for me anymore. And they're, embracing another dream. And maybe you are, dropping your, whatever. So a lot of transition into a new beginning and chapters closing. Yeah, they said no more juggling. Like some of you have been putting a decision off because you want the best of both worlds. You want this over here, but you also want this over here. And they're saying, no, you have to choose the life that's most authentic for you and drop the other one completely. And there you'll still bring in a lot of the same feelings and the same like security and the same, all of that can be built again over here, but it's going to be much more authentic and real for you and much stronger. It's like the house that's built on sand. A house that's built on sand, once it gets shaken, is really going to crumble to nothing. It's just an illusion that it's secure anyway in the first place. So now you're going to actually build a foundation built on, concrete or something that's more stable. So that when it gets shaken, it's not going anywhere. And it'll give you all the fulfillment of what this was offering, but it's going to be so much more real. It's almost like over here too, you have the kind of love that's very conditional. You have to stay within the lines and color within the lines in order to be accepted and loved over here. Whereas over here, you can go through all kinds of goofiness and your person is going to totally have a lot of grace and forgive you and understand. And you guys go deeper with it all the time and even more trusting and more everything over here. So over here, you were always wondering, do they actually love me, or do they love the persona, or do they love the money, or do they love the whatever you were offering? Over here, you know that they love you for who you truly are because they let you be yourself and they let that be okay. And they encourage that, even if it doesn't benefit them. So over here was all about, it has to benefit me or I'm not going for it. I'm not agreeing to it. Over here, it's like, even if it doesn't benefit me, if it makes you happy, then I'm for it, you know. Maybe not all things, because there's compromise and all of that needs to happen as well. But all right. Yeshua's message to us this month, talking to the entire collective, not just the true love couples. What do we all need to know? The collective of those watching right now, God. What do we all need to know? And this is the loving words from Jesus, Yeshua. Okay. They use such weird language too. So translate this. Be of good comfort. Your faith has made you whole. Wow. So be of good comfort. So I feel like also be comforted, because all that you have been dreaming for and been steadfast in envisioning and repeating out loud and exclaiming and shouting and excited about and affirming, using your affirmations, all of that is going to come true for you. And it's going to be very, very comforting. It's going to be like a warm blanket wrapped around your weary, weary soul. Like, oh my gosh, thank you. I needed that reassurance. I really needed to know that was going to work out. And I feel like you're going to get more and more and more of those comforting messages. Just kind of like when you're not sure who your true love is and you get all those synchronicities and they happen more and more and more, and you question it and you question it and it keeps pouring in like crazy. You're just like, okay, all right. At some point you're like, you got this, God, you got this. I don't need to worry about it anymore. You know, it's going to happen or it's not going to happen. And you could just give me so many signs. I mean, of course it's supposed to happen, because I wouldn't be so incredibly encouraged about it all the time if it wasn't something that's really important, or it's a really valuable life lesson that you were led to and you needed all those signs and synchronicities. But either way, God's got it, right? God meaning group of deities, or our, consciousness, our vast consciousness that actually is, that we're one within us. Okay, so your faith has made you whole. So it's really been a test of faith. It's really been like, what are you going to put your attention on? Are you going to put your attention on the scary negative things, or are you going to put your attention on what you believe is going to happen? And also, you're going to have to comfort those around you when the truth comes out about everything, which is happening more and more and more exponentially too. I mean, it's amazing to see what's going on right now. So you're going to be the comforter for other people as well. Okay. Have faith in God. So May is all about having faith. A kid doesn't necessarily know that it's safe. It may seem like a big scary world out in the wilderness like that, but that kid ultimately feels safe holding God's hand. Holding God's hand is being present, right? Because you're out of your thoughts. When you're out of your thoughts, you're peaceful. You're only suffering when you're in thinking. Okay. Peace I leave with you, my peace I give unto you. So stay in that peaceful state within you no matter what in May. There may be some really, 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 really wonky energies, but just keep coming back to that peace within you. Keep cultivating peace and make everything that you do about cultivating peace within you. You've tried so hard for so long to have a peaceful life, right? And you just keep leveling up and leveling up and leveling up. And that's meant getting rid of some people out of your life and some habits out of your life and all kinds of things. You've done a really great cleanup job. So keep making choices that bring you more peace. Don't let something knock you out and back into the world of drama again. Oh, that's funny because I said knock you out. And here's knock, and it shall be opened unto you. So pray as if it's already happened, and it will happen. And it has a feeling of like, I just want to build your faith in me. So pray. I want you to be proud of yourself that you helped manifest this. You helped create this. So I want you to feel excited when all of this happens, when the good news comes out, when everything is starting to turn around. We want you, or I want you to feel like, yes, I did it. Like you don't want to reward the lazy person by giving into, or the tyrant, or the one, the spoiled brat. You don't want to reward that behavior. You want to reward somebody really putting in their due diligence and doing their studying and doing all that they need to do in order to stand in their sovereignty and to stand in their power. And then it's going to be given to you. So you might be a little bit tested, but just stay strong in your faith and you should be fine. And it is going to end well. Okay, so I'm looking now at the herbal astrology. For the month of May, which herb is going to be helping the collective? Arnica, the teacher. 33 is the number. So, okay. Oh, we're almost right at it. 32, 33, Arnica. Arnica is really great for pain and bruising as well, what I understand. Loyalty, commitment, perseverance, teacher, stability, companionship, community, and unique path. That's interesting. Also known as mountain daisy, which daisies are about true love too, wolf's bane, leopard's bane, and mountain, we don't need to know all that. Okay, prepare a pain relieving tea. So it is pain relief. Okay, so where it was used as an external treatment for wounds, black eyes, sprains, contusions, uterine hemorrhages, heart and artery issues, and numerous other applications. Partly because ingestion is shown to cause severe liver damage and internal bleeding, topical applications have proven to be most effective in assisting tissue regeneration. Arnica stimulates a great amount of blood flow, allowing it to rapidly relieve pain and swelling and aid in healing bruises and hematomas. The first written record of Arnica, don't need to look at that. Arnica's extraordinary pain relieving, wound and bone healing properties fall under Saturn's rulership. Energetically, Arnica embodies Saturn by supporting our energy to heal and mend after trauma. And we had those tears that turned golden. So Arnica has long been associated with wolf medicine, symbolizing loyalty, leadership, community, intuition. And there's that intuition again, and partnership. So some of you may actually come into union this month with your true love. Wolf, like Arnica, teaches us how to become and that just means, union means, with a true love partnership, it's like after a period of separation, you come together and you start cooperating and working together. Not like work, like career work, but let's build together. Let's see what we want to accomplish together, and let's start making something happen here. Okay, so Wolf, like Arnica, teaches us how to become resilient teachers so that we experience greater knowing and help others as they seek their own path. When Arnica grows in the wild, it's found in unique and mystical patches, showing us its unique form of manifestation and growth. Like wolf, it does not follow established pathways. It finds its own way off the beaten path to defy patterns of habit. Draw unto the power of the tribe to discover the power of co-creative support. Holding your unique power within a community further empowers your vision and capacity. Like a wolf, be fiercely loyal to your tribe while also upholding your unique talent. So offering what you can to a community, perhaps if you're building a community. Just be completely committed to that project and seeing it through, and don't let any distractions get in the way, and just make it your priority. To see it through. Steadfast. Steadfast keeps coming up in my mind too. So stay steadfast, like a horse with blinders on. Like, just put those blinders on and don't be looking to the left or to the right. Just go after what it is that you are wanting to create or co-create together, whether it's with a community or true love or both. Okay, so I'm going to get the goddess or guardian cards to see who's watching over us this month, or who we could ask for support from to help us go through whatever we're going to go through in May. Nemetona, safe space. Okay. Oh, I just looked at Star Maiden too. That's funny. Just look to it. Nemetona, safe space. Okay, become quiet and listen, for Nemetona is leading you into her sacred grove. I'm bringing you safe and sacred space, she says softly. Your scattered and uprooted energies want a place to call home, both within and outside you. Do your best to make your dwelling a haven for the soul, no matter how small or temporary your living space may be. If your home hasn't felt secure, call on me for help. Your aura, which is your psychic safe space, can be sensitive to everything to which it's exposed. When it gets overloaded with the weight of the world, retreat to your sanctuary. Meditate and ask every energy that's encroaching upon you to gently leave. Protect your boundaries without guilt. Is it time to find emotional space, safe space within a therapist or a healer even? A secure container for processing your feelings may be just what you need. I may soon lead you to powerful sacred sites where ancient trees, stone circles, or outside temples provide a changing encounter with the divine. Sanctify your space and put down your roots. You belong here. Additional meanings: join a local druid group, create a shrine or altar in your living space, declutter and do space clearing rituals. A happy move to a new home is in the works. Creating stability and a settled environment will benefit you. Your invocation is, with Nemetona's blessings, I create healing sanctuaries. So I feel like our ultimate home is within, in that peace within us. So when we can have that anywhere we go, any home we're in. So I feel like it's also cultivating that peace of being in the present moment, holding hands with God. And some of you actually may be moving, and I get a big yes on that. And some of you just need to, if you're staying where you are, just pray and affirm that you're protected where you are. And do whatever you can, like put up an altar or whatever you want to help you to feel safe if you don't currently. Okay, so the next would be our animal, our archangel animal that's here for us right now too, for the month of May. Panda. I think another reader just had a panda card. Was it Liz Harrison? Guided by Angels, I think, I got a panda. Stay balanced and in your essence. Yeah, so stay present in the moment, no matter what goes on or what happens. And just keep that peace within you. Keep balanced. And even if you're meeting a true love or coming into union, like don't get all caught up in your head, and just act like a child. Act like a little, I don't know, 8-year-old child. Come together and just explore in conversation. How are you? Well, how are you? Just like feel out where each other is, and don't get in your head about it. Just stay really present with the information that your partner gives you, and don't, just play. in a way. Just play together and see where that leads. Don't make it have to go this direction, or it has to go that direction, or you have to say these particular words, or you have to make sure this or that. If you have any kind of a focus or an intention behind meeting with somebody, then I would advise that it be to help validate the other person and make them feel safe and understood. So really thrive to be a good understander, a good innerstander. So what is it that you would like to talk about? So this would be you. What is it that you would like to talk about that would bring you peace right now? What can I offer you to bring you peace right now and help you feel safe? Establish rapport, establish trust. That should be like the only goal. Once you've got the rapport and the trust, and you sense a feeling of relaxation with both of you, you're laughing, things are loose. Oh, okay, we've gotten some of that out of the way. We've had a good laugh. We've, kind of like, I feel heard. I feel understood. I feel like you care about my feelings. Then if you're getting that kind of language going and both of you have a sense of release about you, or relief, then you can proceed to say, well, where do you want this to go exactly? How do you see this working out? Like a co-creation, just working together as to, figuring out together. Nobody's got to have all the answers. Nobody is like coming in as the all-knowing one. Nobody, it's just explorative. Just explore like kids and just be innocent and just be totally coming from the heart. And something that just the two of you decide. It doesn't need to involve anybody else's opinion or anything. Even if there are kids involved or anything like that, make a heartfelt decision between the two of you. Take both of your input into consideration. And they just said, some of you are going to have to be brave when doing that. Some of you just have to be brave and get out of your head, because your head will completely imprison you and keep you from going forward in a direction you really want to. But it's just a thought holding you back. So don't let a thought that Satan gave you hold you back from God's golden dreams, those tears turning into gold. There is a beautiful life up ahead for you, but you've got to learn how to listen to God and not to Satan anymore. You got to switch it over. You gotta get it. So stop listening to that negative, fearful voice and start believing in the signs and synchronicities and what God is trying to show you and point you to. And no, nothing's ever going to be like, you got to take off the rose-colored glasses too. But just because you're with that person does not mean everything's going to go great. I've always been sure to tell you guys this through the years. Like, it doesn't mean it's a perfect person or a perfect relationship. It means that you guys are going to get each other better than anybody ever has. And it means you guys are going to probably clash quite a bit sometimes, but you'll be more willing to work with the other person, and you'll have more respect for the other person than normal relationships, because you really value it. Its worth. And it's taken years, and a lot of times it's taken years to cultivate where you are. So you don't want to lose it, so you treat it with a lot of respect, and you learn to apologize, and you learn to tell the truth, and you learn to be real about things. Okay. And then it should make you stronger, as these types of couples, like true love couples, should make you stronger all the time. And you should feel more and more love for who you truly are all the time. So it should bring you more and more and more peace and cohesiveness. Cohesive? Is that the right word? Cohesiveness. Togetherness. You should become, work together even better as the years go by. Okay. Rather than the other way around. Release. Sometimes the best way to grow is to simply let go. And look at, she's looking up at the stars as well. So let go of the fear, let go of trying to control it all. Just surrender into God's presence and just relax. Just relax. Let go and let God. Needs. Do you need more time for yourself, a break from thinking too much, a kind encounter with a friend? Your needs matter, and it's time to honor them. Just make sure that you take time for yourself and to do what brings you peace. Remember, always come back to, does this bring me peace? If not, I'm going to bring peace to me somehow. But it's important for me to have my peace. So even if things turn chaotic for a minute, I'm going to take a bath. I'm going to take a walk. I'm going to take care of me, change course. That might also mean a new move. A closed door is an invitation from life to move in an even better direction. It's time to change course. So a lot of you have been feeling this way. I've talked to so many of you who are organizing things, giving things away. You guys are getting ready for a move, and maybe you have been for a while now. And I feel like doors may be opening up, and you may even have some options, like 3 different homes you could go to. You have to figure out which one you want to go to. Passion. Light up your life by honoring your deepest desires. So those desires wouldn't be there if they weren't God-given. You are made to pursue the passions of your heart. Okay. And time. Time spent worrying is time spent. So don't waste your time on worry. Just be yourself and be present. Practice being present is the most important thing you can do. So don't waste any more time on worrying. Let go and let God. Okay, angels of abundance. Okay. Angels of abundance. What's coming in the month of May? What is coming in the month of May? I just looked over at the words leaving a toxic relationship. So it could be friends, family, or whatever. The end of a contract they just affirmed. Some of that end of the contract is like with family members that really haven't been family members for you for a long time. Maybe it's time to, they just said bounce them out. Bountiful nature. Spending time in nature helps you shift yourself to a higher vibration and reminds you of God's infinite abundance. Go outside and enjoy a walk or hike with your pet. Meditate beneath a tree, garden, sit under the stars, or do some other activity to connect with the limitless vastness. So stars again, a lot of star energy. So in fact, no, I'm not going to share that, but just pay attention to stars. Pay attention to the stars. Conscious consumer. You have the power to heal and help the world with your decision to buy only products and services that are ethical and environmentally friendly. As a conscious consumer, you choose to invest in fair trade and organic goods, and you live simply and you purchase only that which you need. So I feel like this is also just checking your products when you go to buy and imagine either a green check mark of approval or a red X saying, no, this is not good for me. So feel it out with your intuition. Pick a product up and say, red or green? Okay, green. And then put it in your cart. But check everything. Just be conscious. Organize for success. Do not let the word organize intimidate you as it is simply a way for you to ensure clarity of purpose. Organizing your thoughts, your reports, your living and workspace, and your finances will help you know and plan your next action steps. Savings. As you consistently save for your future is saved. You do your future self a big favor as you consistently set aside present funds. This is a part of your self-care and path to feeling secure as you focus upon your life purpose. Building savings. They just said you're going to be building your savings up. Things nurturing and blossoming when it comes to savings. For some of you, your savings is going to bloom or boom. Face your financial fears this month. When you're honest with yourself about your fears of success or failure, they can no longer control you. Be free of hidden fears by exposing them to the light of awareness, and you'll realize that you, in fact, have nothing to fear, and that every successful person has struggled with and released these self-doubts. So there are going to be some things that you guys that may cause some worry, but set aside whatever you can to save. For some of you, your savings is going to skyrocket, and they just said take it all in stride, all the ups and downs, all the craziness, the things that you're going to hear. Just take it all in stride. Okay. What do we do to best take care of ourselves this month? Speak up. If you avoid conflict to keep the peace, you start a war inside yourself. So make sure that you stand up for yourself and that you set your boundaries and that you say what's on your mind, truly say what's on your mind and on your heart. Success. Today is a really good day. You're in the flow. Problems are solved quickly and easily. Helpful people show up for you and unexpected gifts fall into your lap. So there is more confirmation of a boom that can happen for some of you with your savings. Unexpected gifts falling into your lap. And then problems being solved quickly and easily. So you just say that as an affirmation. Thank you, God, that everything's working out so quickly, simply, and easily. Reassess. You have the right to change your mind. So it's not failure to change your mind. What's failure is to stay in something that isn't working anymore. So just remember that. Self-worth. Why settle for crumbs when you deserve a whole meal? So go for what you really want. Don't settle. Okay, so what else is coming for May, God? What else is coming for May? To the collective of those watching. Divine life purpose. Another card about that. Trust the signs and your inner guidance, which are leading you to fulfillment. So pay attention to those signs, like really listen to them and go that direction. Socialize or join in. Make healthy and supportive new friendships and connections by getting involved with a group of like-minded people. So you may want to get on the forum on my website and start talking to each other, introducing yourselves and see who you can meet. A lot of you feel kind of alone wherever you are. So reach out. Okay. Let yourself sparkle and shine. You are guided to be bold and show your bigger than life side to the world. So some of you are going to be in the public eye, or going out of your comfort zone to be seen somehow. Healthy communication in relationships, heart-to-heart discussions, and clear, assertive communication help you understand and be understood. So this is again affirming how I said that when you sit down to talk to someone, and whether it's your, coming into union with your true love or whatever, make it about understanding and being understood. Make sure that there aren't any miscommunications. Clarify, clarify, clarify. So what I meant by that was, and when I said that, what I meant was just so you're totally clear. And can you repeat that back to me? There's nothing wrong with asking for them to repeat it back. Or if you really want to be true to yourself at some point and you kind of feel pressured to give somebody an answer, just say, let me think on that. And that will give you time to truly assess what's really best for you. Rather than what you don't want to do is say something that you commit to, I'm going to do dada, and then you never end up doing dada. It means that's going to cause distrust in your person. Wait, you said you were going to do dada and you didn't do dada. So, I can't trust what you say. So rather than make any kind of commitments or make any kind of a promise of anything, just make sure that you're actually going to follow through with it. Now, if you're certain you're going to follow through with it, no matter what kind of obstacles come up or what kind of look you get from somebody or no matter what happens, if you're totally determined, go for it. Go ahead and make your promise, but just don't do it otherwise. If you're at all questionable, if you're at all shaky, Don't make any kind of promise. Okay, socialize or join in. So I feel like that's also you talking to your person too. Unnecessary worries. Release the burden of worries by giving them to God for health, for healing and solutions. Okay. And stay strong in your faith this month. Your faith is being tested, but it's only so God can like have this incredible victory with you in a bit. And you're going to feel really proud of yourself for having done that. A positive outcome is dependent on you keeping a positive mindset. You have to have a positive mindset for things to work out awesome because God wants to reward you for having faith like that. Okay. All right. So now we're going to take a look. For those of you who don't care about true love, you've already heard enough of it today. So where are my other cards? I don't know. I won't use them then because they're not here. So I'm going to use this other deck along with the Daydream cards. Okay. All right. So what are the divine masculines already know where the divine feminines are at. So we're going to take a look. The divine feminines, I feel like the divine feminines are open, they're receptive, they've healed a lot, they've surrendered a lot, they've surrendered insecurities, they've really been working hard on themselves. From what I've been seeing and feeling and sensing, I feel like the masculines and the feminines are actually really at a good place. They're really at a place of saying, I'm open. I'm just open. Let's see what happens. So, and the feminines, I've always had so much love for their masculines. They've just had their insecurities they've had to get over as to why, he or she won't talk to them, why they ghost them. So, okay. Mental conflict and insecurity for the masculines so far. Mental conflict and insecurity. Whenever you're about to face something, that's usually what comes up for you. Like, wow. Like I always use this analogy, but it's so perfect. In the never-ending story, you remember when, is it Atreyu starts to go through the two pillars that are going to totally test him? We're at that time right now. And when you're about to walk through and you see this knight that just walked through and got zapped for being, what is it, not honorable or not noble enough or not faithful enough, they had to be absolutely full of faith and absolutely certain and confident of their own ability as a knight in order to walk through. And this guy right before him goes to walk through and he gets obliterated, just incinerated right in front of him. So imagine you'd be shaking in your boots. Oh my gosh. Do I have enough faith in myself? Do I have enough confidence in myself? Do I believe in myself? And you imagine that. Now that's what they have to do to be with you, divine feminine. They've got to be like, okay, do I really believe in myself? Do I really think I can do this? But that's usually right before they take a leap of faith. So and then when I was thinking that, I saw the judgment card and the star again, making that judgment call, feeling a very, very strong pull from the universe, like a trumpet. Who knows? Maybe the trumpet's coming. I don't know, but making some kind of a major judgment call. These are also major arcana, which means that they have a lot of weight on them. They're really big, big energies. And then this is being vulnerable with someone and healing it, right? Making a judgment call to be vulnerable and heal it. Might even include some sexual healing. So I'm going to put the spread down. So I think that they're really anxious for the month of May, just before taking some kind of a leap of faith into some kind of communication with their feminine. They may also be working on becoming single if they need to. They're going through some major transformation right now, and they're really wanting to come forward with they really want to speak their truth. They have a lot of energy pent up for a long, long time, whether it's months or years for you guys. They have so much to say. I feel like they've got so much well, there it is. Yeah. Okay. So the devil's making them whispering in the ear that they're just a little boy and they don't know what they're doing. And it's just not true. It's just not true. All you have to do is be pure-hearted and come from your heart, and you can evolve, with your person. You can be any, it doesn't even matter. It's like you guys, I feel like a resonance happens. The two of you get together and there's like a resonance that can start happening if you're open. If you don't get stuck in your head, if you if you stay open. That was funny, Nala. Um, so he's trying to free himself of something. And he also, divine feminines, I'm talking to you. He or she is trying to free themselves of something so that they can be with you. And also they look up to you a lot. Like you don't really need anything, which is part of the conflict too. It's like, well, do they even need me in their life? And they have no idea how tremendously needed they are. Emotional support mostly. But in these times, like we need our partners to, figure stuff out. What are we going to do? What are we gonna do from here? There are a lot of things coming up in the next few years, and a lot of planning to be had. So it's best to get on the same side and start working as a team together to create your best, brightest future. Whether that's together or not, you guys don't need to be together in a relationship, but at least be like on the same side and helping each other out. So he might be seeing some kind of an opportunity to have a new beginning and settle down. And like that one card was talking about, like creating your home, your safe haven. He's seeing it as an opportunity to, like a gift from God that he's been ignoring long enough. And he now wants to, make his feminine a big offer for both of them to settle down and be really, really grounded somewhere. So in his thinking, he wants to charge forward and really make an effort. He also may be charging forward about something having to do with his work or career, a career change or a different workplace or something, maybe even about gold, maybe something about gold, stacking up gold, working on gold, making gold, something, gold necklaces. I don't know. Some of you that's going to pertain, and others not, because this is just a general reading. But wanting to speak some truth for sure, and really making an effort. Like even if he has to make himself go running at you like this, he's going to. Like, it's like shoving somebody off of a cliff. You're going to either sink or swim, buddy. He feels the universe like pushing him, like to do it, to make that effort. So he's spying on you and planning, what to do and how best to do this, because he doesn't want to say something stupid. So part of that may be that he's broken off from somebody and broken up with someone so that he can come heal with you and have that balance finally created. And I just got sanctity. So it's almost like some of you, I feel like are almost like married, but it's hidden. So you guys want to actually make it real. And I feel like this is an assessment too, like him or her having broken off from even a group of people or like a mentality with people or someone that was controlling him or her, and really wanting to balance out after that and do an assessment as to what he truly wants in a relationship. And just do all of that like aligning with your ultimate purpose and your ultimate intentions of what you want to see happen in this world. And their actions are transformation for a new beginning to happen. They want to give birth to something new, and it's because you are everything they've ever wanted in someone, and then some. So it's causing them to transform, to finally, things happening. And the Chariot, these are both about action too, charging forward in action. So he's, wanting to just get out, making a major decision here for wish fulfillment, maybe even making a decision about alcohol, maybe quitting alcohol permanently, and being vulnerable with you, having a conversation that's like actual, like totally, totally real from the heart. And it'll be wish fulfillment for them. And it's guided by angels as well. So as a little wink from the universe, it looks like you'll be having some communication coming in for a fulfillment of everything you guys have ever wanted, and jumping off that cliff and having that new beginning. Being the fool that jumps off the cliff, like doesn't have a care in the world, just is going to just walk off that cliff. So he wants to talk to you about what your dreams really are, what you do actually really want, and how best to go forward and take that leap of faith. And it's something that could last a lifetime, like a whole, like you guys creating a whole family or generations to come. And this is also like all these gold coins too, built on gold, or maybe it has to do with when our world switches over to gold currencies. Maybe, when we turn to precious metals is when this dream is going to come true. So maybe you guys are plotting and planning, trying to figure out like, okay, so how best does this happen when it does happen? So maybe that's where the communication comes in for you guys to be able to plan and get on the same page. Maybe you're just going to be setting things up for it to happen, but it's not going to happen quite yet. Let's see. What else do you want to tell us? What else do you want to tell us? Tell the collective of those watching the divine feminines. What do they need to know about their divine masculines this month? Wow. Okay. You're going to have clarity about the brokenheartedness. Wow. I wish you guys could see this. I'm going to some communications coming that's going to heal. It's the end of a certain chapter of being a hermit and having the courage. He's going to have the courage to come to you for a new adventure. And here we have a celebration, an offer, maybe, somebody pouring their heart out to you and you celebrating it and rejoicing in it. Trying to figure out a way of some secrets coming out. He's trying to figure out, like, how do I best navigate this and not get my head blown off? Like walking through a landmine, like how do I very carefully and intuitively feel out when I should say a certain secret. My advice would be your heart will tell you if it's weighing on you in a moment. If you feel like a liar, if you feel like you're not giving the whole story when you're talking to your feminine masculines, when you feel that pressure in your heart, that's God telling you, do that. Just speak your truth. And it's best that you obey in that moment and say, you know what, actually, wait, there's something else I want to tell you about that. It's way better to do that, to interrupt the talk, even if you feel like, oh, she's bought into it now. And if I introduce this other thing, this whole thing could go wrong. Even then, take the risk of being authentic and real, just like in all the romantic comedies. Say the truth. No matter how painful or awkward or weird it is, go back on it and trace your tracks and say, you know what, actually just weighed on my heart. You could even say it like that. Something just weighed on my heart that I'm not telling you the complete truth. There's more to it you need to know. And go ahead and tell them. You're going to gain so much more respect from your feminine by doing that than if you let it go. Then it's going to weigh on you. You're not going to be able to sleep. You're going to be sweating it. You're going to be worried if she finds out, then what? Don't even deal with all of that chaos and drama and negativity that's going to bring by not listening. So just go into the situation open enough and honest enough to say, whatever gets pressed on my heart to tell the truth, I'm going to speak it in that moment, no matter how awkward or weird it's going to be. Okay. And it really looks like you guys are going to be establishing some rapport in a really grounded, mature way. So, and it kind of looks like this is my husband material card. So you may actually have that trust and rapport that I was saying needs to be built for you guys to have a good foundation to stand on. And this is some really beautiful energy. An exchange. I just got an exchange. So it's going to be a powerful exchange that you'll be celebrating. And here's where I said that there's clarity coming for heartbreak. And then here's the sun. So the sun means you're going to heal that heartbreak. So he or she are going to tell you the truth. They're going to give it to you straight up. They're going to make you feel victorious because you finally now know you're not left in the dark. It's so much better to see the boogeyman, even if the light's on. If you don't know what the boogeyman looks like, then it's like, those scary movies are so much scarier when you can't see what the thing looks like. When you finally see it, you're just like, oh, okay. And it may still be scary, but it's not as scary as when you didn't have a clue as to what it was. But whatever this is, there's gonna be a major healing here of the heartbreak you guys have both had. And I feel like you knowing his or her side of the story is going to bring a lot of joy and relief that, oh my gosh, you do love me. You've always loved me. Even when you went in another direction, it was because you were scared or because, and I thought Amy's always said on her channel is because you were insecure. And here it is brought to broad daylight, like, not like everybody knows, but it's kind of like, yeah, like look at the baby's lips. It's like, I don't care. So there might be something in the communication that makes you feel like, they've got their heart on their sleeve and they don't care. They're just like, here, know it, know me. I'm not hiding anything anymore. I'm tired of that. I'm tired of holding things from you. And you're going to be celebrating. Very excited. And you guys might actually, go out for a date, go out for drinks, something like that. If he's an alcoholic, probably not drinks would be you want to be wise. So let's take a look at the Divine Masculine Daydreams cards. All right, so for the collective of those watching right now, what are their Divine Masculines daydreaming about their feminines this month, for the month of May? How or when to tell you how much they love you. When, where, or how they can spend some time alone with you uninterrupted. How proud they are of you and the life you've built for yourself. Aw. Showing you just how much they love you with their body. Probably why they want to be uninterrupted for a moment. Wanting you to know each other inside and out. And that's what you can get in a true love relationship. You can't get elsewhere. Doing something thoughtful for you that will take some stress out of your life. That's really cool. I know the feminines could really use that. Okay. Strategizing on how to stop you from leaving them or going with another option. Staying up all night talking with you, laughing, crying, confessing, and falling asleep together. Oh. Choking up tears right now thinking about you. Oh. Oh. Giving your relationship their 100% should they get another chance. Good. Once they get past their fear. You possibly moving in with them. So yeah, might be a move in the cards. Might be a move. How your laugh tickles them to their core. And how silly they're going to act around you. You really bring out the kid in them. Oh. Okay, so I do also feel like getting some spirit cards, spirit talk. And then I'm going to end with a blessing. Having a good cry, then putting your hand on your heart and saying, I love you, can be all that you need. So whatever it is that's going to happen in May that might be a little wonky, just keep loving yourself through it. Love and appreciate your body and your circumstances just as they are. Change comes through radical acceptance. Yes, absolutely. So don't beat yourself up. And the more grace you have with yourself, the more gracious you're going to be with other people. If you had any idea how protected you are, you wouldn't spend another moment on worry. Wasted time on worry. Worry produces more worry. Train your mind to be very disciplined about not having negative thoughts or worrisome thoughts at all. Okay. And don't take any kind of shortcut like they were talking about, like be totally honest. Shortcuts never pay off at the end of the day. Make the decision that'll make you smile and drift off to a peaceful slumber. Tell your truth. Don't take shortcuts. If you were someone else, what would you think of your life? So make an assessment, maybe even before you guys have that talk. And then think what would you advise your best friend to do in your shoes? And make sure that you remove that toxic person, group, or situation from your life if you want things to change. So maybe before you guys come together, make sure that you have gotten rid of anything toxic in your life, cut ties with everything and anything toxic so that it doesn't affect you guys. Your objective right now is to continue your healing work as everything else is working out behind the scenes. Just focus on you. We wish you could see you like we see you. You're breathtaking from here. Okay. And remember also that it may seem lonely at the top, but is the drama worth your peace? Remember, the kingdom of God is within you. You can have heaven on earth, but you must let go of everything to truly have it all. So let go of any kind of drama or negativity and just keep coming into the peace in your heart and loving yourself and being gracious with yourself, no matter what happens this month. Just keep coming back here for your peace. Okay, guys. Hope you have a great month of May, and I will talk to y'all later. Bye.